that is strain hardening. Right? So strain hardening basically means strengthening. We want to increase the strength of a material, basically crystalline materials, suppose metals, any metals. So we have to introduce strain in the material. If we introduce strain in the materials, the strength will automatically increase, or it will be so hardening, right? So best way to strain hardening is by introducing dislocations. That's why sometimes this is also called dislocation strengthening. More is the number of dislocation in a material, more is the strength automatically. Because you understand, around a dislocation we have strain fields. In suppose, okay, I will show you the strain fields. Sometimes this is also called work hardening. Work hardening means we are doing metal working, like we are forging or we are doing rolling. That means we are doing plastic deformation. Once you deform a metal plastically, automatically number of dislocation will increase. More is the reduction in cross section area, more is the introduction of dislocations. And more is the number of dislocation, the material will automatically strain harden. I will explain how this is happening. That's why it is also called work hardening. Work hardening, work means metal working. You can be rolling, forging, extrusion, plastic deformation. This means plastic deformation. Plastic deformation, you understand? That means we are deforming the metal plastically. That means there will be no recovery. It is a permanent deformation. Permanent reduction in cross section area will take place. Okay. So now, I will show you a graph that is very interesting. Just if I draw a plot, this is I am writing dislocation density. That means in this direction, number of dislocation will increase per unit volume or per unit area. And this is the strain direction. Strain of material. Suppose crystalline material. Crystalline materials can be metal. Suppose steel itself. So this is direction of strength and this is the dislocation density. So what will happen to the strength if the number of dislocation will change? Suppose this is your theoretical strength. Theoretical strength, you understand? That means the maximum strength in a material. Maximum strength. Basically, suppose in which material we have maximum strength? If the material is a single crystal. Right? If a single crystal material means there will be no defect, there will be no grain boundary, there will be no dislocations, it is free from defect. Perfect crystal, you can say. A single crystal is a perfect crystal. It is free from defects. No grain boundary will be there, no dislocations will be there. Because grain boundary and dislocations are defects, crystal defects or lattice defects, right? So obviously, if no defect, maximum strength possible. That is theoretical strength. Some people call theoretical cohesive strength also. So this is the maximum strength. So I can say this is the strength of a single crystal. Right? Now suppose that means there is no dislocations. I can write, suppose in this condition, no dislocation. Now I want to introduce dislocation into the material and I want to see what is happening to the strength. So this will obviously start from here. So what happens? This is the situation now. Very interesting. That means initially no dislocation, it is a single crystal, we have maximum strength in the material. But now once you are introducing dislocation, what is happening? The strength is first decreasing. You can see. That means number of dislocation increasing, the strength is decreasing. Right? This is the strength direction. Decreasing. But a time will come, it goes to a minimum value. Then again when the number of dislocation is very high, because this is dislocation direction, number of dislocation direction, you can see the strength is again increasing. So this is nothing but the strain hardening due to increasing in the number of dislocations. Right? So you might have a question, why when there is no dislocation we have maximum strength? You understand? Because it is a defect-free substance. See, in a crystalline materials, how plastic deformation is happening? If dislocation will move, plastic deformation will happen. If dislocation cannot move, it has maximum strength. But initially you don't have any dislocations, so there is no movement of dislocations. So maximum strength. Now you are introducing some dislocation in the material. So dislocations are available now. If you apply a stress or you apply a load, dislocation will easily move. Why? Because the number of dislocation is less. That's why they are easily moving. But a situation comes when the dislocation number is very high, so there is a restriction in movement of dislocation log. They cannot easily move. If there is a restriction, strength will increase. So fundamentally simple. If you want to increase the strength of the material, then you have to restrict the motion of dislocations. Right? You have many mechanisms. Already we have discussed that in class. But here we want to discuss about the how dislocation and dislocation are interacting with one another and strengthening is happening or hardening is happening. We'll discuss that. You understood? Sometimes this graph can be correlated with, suppose this is single crystal, or you can call, suppose this position can be called as annealed crystal. Annealed crystal. This crystal can be called as crystal with lot of dislocations. You can cold war. Cold war crystal means plastic deformation has happened, so that's why a lot of dislocation is present. That's why strength is maximum. But annealed crystal means when you do annealing process on a cold work metal, you can see the number of dislocation is less, number of dislocation here is more, but number of dislocation here is less. If you do annealing of a cold work metal, the dislocation number will reduces, the strength will also reduces. So cold work metal or cold work alloy have high strength or high hardness compared to annealed crystal. Why? Because of dislocation density. More dislocation density is present over here, less dislocation density is present. That means you can say during annealing process, number of dislocation is getting reduced. It is okay.